just got my sling off just after replacement surgery. Yeah. But for 6 weeks, I was sleeping in the lazy boy downstairs.
Oh, were they pouncing on you?
Yeah. About 3 o'clock, between 3 and 3:30, they had this terror session where they go running through the house, chasing each other, right across my lap.
Well, would they cuddle on you, though, too? 'Cause it seems like you...
One does. One is a real cuddle.
Today, I was thinking of it with the
It's 10 o'clock, so it is time to call this meeting to order. Welcome to the meeting of the 2024 Electoral College. I want to start by acknowledging the hard work, dedication, and commitment to free, fair, and accessible elections that was exhibited this year by Vermont's 247 town and city clerks, boards of civil authority, and many volunteer poll workers. This election audit that we conducted 2 weeks ago today confirmed their stellar work and the accuracy of our elections here in Vermont. Our clerks and their teams deserve the gratitude of every Vermonter because they are the foundation to our participatory democracy. I also want to thank my elections team, who has been working tirelessly since the March presidential primary, training, supporting clerks, many of them new, on elections procedure, with extra attention on security. And also want to thank our civics and communications team, who published our first ever online universal voter guide in Vermont. We're getting out the word that informed, deliberative democracy is the best form of participatory democracy, and we're committed to making it easier for Vermonters to learn about the candidates who appear on their ballot. I want to thank all the parties and advocates who engaged in voter registration drives and get out the vote efforts. Thanks to their collective efforts, we had a safe, secure, and accessible election with record turnout. 372,885 Vermonters cast ballots in last month's general election, either by mail or in person. That's over 70% of registered voters and about 70% of voting age Vermonters. Our record turnout means that we're getting out the word that the votes of all Vermonters matter, regardless of your age, regardless of your income, whether you have a disability, whether you're incarcerated, or how long you've lived in Vermont. If you are a citizen and a resident of Vermont, we welcome you to vote. This is your democracy, and your voice matters just as much as any of our voices. We want you to participate. These numbers show that we are doing better than in the past, and they show that we have room for more improvement yet. So we will continue to work to do better as we invite all Vermonters to join us. Today we are meeting, as are all states across the country, to complete our duties for the 2024 presidential election. The Electoral College, required by Article 2 of the Constitution, meets every 4 years with one purpose: to elect the president and vice president. Each state appoints its electors as set forth by its legislature to have a number of electors equal to the number of its congressional delegations. This means Vermont appoints 3 electors. So welcome. Federal law dictates that the Electoral College be held on the first Tuesday after the second Wednesday in December for all states. And all presidential candidates who appear on the ballot were required to nominate electors. Vermont's November 5th general election results were certified on Tuesday, November 12th by designees of the Republican, Democratic, and Progressive parties and me. In your packet, there's a copy of the Certificate of Ascertainment, which was previously sent to the National Archives, and I'll just review the vote totals here with us together today. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz for the Democratic Party received 235,791 votes. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance for the Republican Party received 119,395 votes. Candidates from a variety of other parties listed on Vermont's ballot received between 211 and 5,905 votes. And there were write-ins, which collectively totaled 3,033 votes. Vermont's presidential electors for the Electoral College are Steve Amos, Tim German, and Mary Sullivan. I will now administer the oath of allegiance and the oath of office as required by the Vermont Constitution. So I will invite you all to please stand and raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Steve Amos,
Do solemnly swear that I will be true and faithful to the state of Vermont,
that I will be true and faithful to the state of Vermont,
that I will not directly or indirectly
that I will not directly or indirectly
do any act or thing
do any act or thing
injurious to the Constitution or government thereof.
injurious to the Constitution and the government thereof.
So help me God,
So help me God,
under pains and penalties of perjury.
under pains and penalties of perjury.
Excellent. That completes the oath of allegiance, and now we will proceed to your oath of office. I state your name.
I, Steve Amos,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of presidential elector
that I will faithfully execute the office of presidential elector
for the state of Vermont,
for the state of Vermont,
and that I will therein
and that I will therein
do equal right and justice
do equal right and justice
to all persons to the best of my judgment and ability,
to all persons to the best of my judgment and ability,
according to law.
according to law.
So help me God,
So help me God,
under the pains and penalties of perjury.
under pains and penalties of perjury.
Thank you. You are now sworn in.
Great alliteration there. Pains and penalties.
All right. As Director Sheehan is passing out some paperwork, you have your oaths in your packet that you will need to sign and date.
Just the top part. Tara's here to notarize the bottom. Top and middle.
Where's the date? Oh, they're down here?
You can put it next to your name.
Put the date in right next to the signature.
Yeah, you can leave the bottom. you
The
can
bottom
leave the
part can be
open.
left blank because we'll notarize that.
Yeah, and you don't have the data because we actually have the date printed right on as the 17th.
No, just, okay, the whole
All right. That completes the oath. Next, the electors will cast their votes on the ballots that have been provided for president and for vice president. These are two separate ballots. And when you're done, Sean, we'll collect your ballots. Thank you, sir. All right, having completed the election, I can report that we have 3 votes for Kamala Harris for president and 3 votes for Tim Walz for vice president. The electors will now sign their certificate of votes, and they are signing 6 copies. The certificate of vote and the certificate of ascertainment will now, after we've completed them, 2 copies will be sent to the National Archives. 1 copy, original copy, will be sent to the vice president who serves as the president of the United States Senate. 1 original copy will be sent to the chief judge of the Vermont Federal Court, and then 2 originals will be retained by the Vermont Secretary of State. So that's why this will take us a few minutes to process these copies.
You can sign one and pass. Yeah, you can sign one and pass. And you sat yourself in a very advantageous way. We printed in the same order around here.
I mean, it could have gone in any number of
Right.
ways.
One pass it on, and then the next one pass it on. You should have got that first.
My handwriting gets a lot more legible as I get older.
Really?
No.
Take me back to a day when I co-published a book with my dad, and as a gift of membership for the organization where I lived, where I was, we had to sign copies of the book. And I signed about 120 pieces. And after about 50, it's like, okay, how do I sign? It's like, wait a minute, how do I start this thing?
I'll collect your certificates of ascertainment as well as they go. The oath, yep, I'll take the oath. The oath can go to Tara. The certificates of ascertainment can come here. Certificates, as they're going to go with the certificates of vote. And you just
Or you're taking it back?
taking these 2, yep.
Okay.
Back and they'll yeah, they both go with the 6. We just sent it to the same recipients that the
Okay.
secretary mentioned.
All right, we have Tara Grenier as a notary public who will notarize the oaths that you've all taken. And so we are nearing the end of this proceeding. The votes of the Electoral College will be counted by the United States Congress on the 6th of January, 2025. And having completed the duties set forth, I now adjourn this constitutionally required meeting of the 2024 Electoral College. Before you leave, if you would please sign the minutes of today's meeting before you head out the door. And thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll fill out the adjourned at 10:12.
So Tara just needs a copy of your ID so she can notarize.
Speak up because Mary can't hear you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Reading minutes.
And since we knew exactly what was going to happen today, the meeting minutes have poof,
They're quite
already
easy,
been.
right?
Sean, may I have your
one of your.
Absolutely.
one
Do you
of
want
your
blue or
films,
do you want black?
Whatever.
You can,
We'll
you can
do
take
blue.
your pick.
It's blue, okay.
Blue's always good.
Oh, I'll do all of these and then.
Thank you very much.
Take your help.
Good job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I got sick the day after.
Oh, yeah. Nice to see.